If you're right here, it means that you have a problem with a bad habit, an action that you take repeatedly that is retaining you to accomplish your full potential. Yeah, I can understand that because I have a problem with video game. I don't know about you, but that's something that I do repeatedly that is retaining myself. And I don't want that anymore, and I'm guess the same thing for you. That's why I want to tell you, you're at the right place because we're gonna discuss that, how a bad habit works, how you can fight it. So stay tuned until the end, you're gonna see. The first thing that you're gonna do, you're just gonna take a little piece of paper and write on them those bad habits that you would like to get rid of. Really important to do. Why that so? Because if you don't put them into paper, they'll stay in your head. And if they stay in your head, you won't be able to cross them into your life. You won't be able to see, okay, that's my problem. It just be into your head and it doesn't really work, and we know that. So just first step, you put that on pause, you do whatever you want to. Maybe you already know them, but you put them into a piece of paper. And after that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna find each other on the board to understand exactly how bad habits work, to make sure that we can cut it off, cut it off before we start, so you never have a problem again with it. Welcome to the board where we're gonna talk about those bad habits. The thing is that you can see right here, there's a little schema. You have the cue, the action, that's me playing video game. If you ask yourself, I know I'm really bad at drawing, but I'm working on it. And the last thing will be the reward. What's important to understand right here is that everything starts by the cue. When you see the cue, when you see a little thing that is detrimental to yourself, it will be the PlayStation controller. I don't know about you, but it could be a good example. When your brain sees that, it doesn't see exactly the action. It doesn't see exactly that. The thing is, your brain is all about expectation. When your brain sees a cue, what does it see? You see the reward. You expect the reward, and that's why you fall for the bad habits. Because your brain wants the reward. You don't see the action, it doesn't really care. What you want is those little chemicals in your brain to make sure that you feel good, you preserve, and no problem with that. What you have to understand also is that your brain is biased. Why is that so? The brain has a bias for the present. It doesn't really care about the future because that's not tangible. What he wants for you is to make sure that you stay alive. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna make you happy in the short term. That's not what we want to accomplish, something meaningful, but that's important to understand. So how do you do that? How do you stop those bad habits that's taking your life apart? You just kill the cue. And one of the solutions that I developed in one of my courses is the formula right here. You sell it, you burn it, you exchange it, or you hide it. You can burn it if you're really committed, but burning to PlayStation is pretty expensive, I'll tell you. But you can sell it, burn it, exchange it, or hide it. But the idea is that you no more see the cue. Because when you kill the cue, when there is no more problem with the cue, you can focus on what is meaningful. Your brain will not have the chance to expect all those rewards and negotiate with yourself and tell you, yeah, don't worry, that's only 10 minutes, we're just gonna play 10 minutes, and 2 hours after that, you're dead. You don't have any more time, your day is done, don't do that. So think about this. Where are the cues in your environment? We're gonna talk about this in another section, don't worry about that, we have a full recap on the end of this video with the next step. But I see you in the next section. Now that we talked about the cue, the action, the reward, what the next step is to identify your environment. Where are those cues? You can see in my environment, maybe you see a lot of distraction, maybe you see a lot of bad stuff that shouldn't be here. But let's imagine, I have a PlayStation controller right here. I destroy it to make sure that there is no more problem with that. Let's think about this. Maybe there is something in your environment that you enjoy doing sometime, but it's retaining yourself to accomplish exactly what you want to accomplish in daily life. I want you to think about this. Maybe you should sell it, burn it, or exchange it so you can buy your first book, invest in a course, or maybe something like that. But think about this, identify your environment, where are those cues, and you're gonna crush it, sell it, burn it, but do something about that. So, there you have it. You have a lot of information, but just before we do the recap, and I give you the next step to make sure that you have a lot of results in a day, I'm just gonna tell you a little something. I'm sure you're like me, you have some friends that are always complaining about a bad habit that they can't change. If you think that it could help somebody, just copy the link above the video and send it on Messenger. Take you 10 minutes and you could have a big impact in his daily life. So think about this. Now, the little recap. We talked about the cue, the action, and the reward. Really important to understand that because every time you see the cue, the expectation in your brain, bias for the present, is crazy. You're gonna say, okay, 20 minutes. You're gonna try to negotiate with yourself. You're gonna tell you, yeah, no worry, your project for tomorrow, no problem. Don't listen to it, Cut the cue, kill the cue, hide it, burn it, sell it, or exchange it, and buy something meaningful for yourself. That's really important to understand that. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take a little piece of paper and I'm gonna show you on the board. So, now we take this. You're gonna take your bad habit, you write your bad habit right here. Then, next thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna put the cue. Identify the cue, you put the bad habit in the cue. And the last thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna put the solution. The easiest to do for myself and for everybody that I advise everybody to do first thing before we burn anything, you know what I mean? The idea is to hide it. The easiest that you could do, and that's the one that will bring you a lot of results and not a lot of resentment. So think about this, you do that, that's the next step for you. I want you to do that right now because I know that if you do that, okay, tomorrow, don't worry about that, your brain is trying to trick you to keep your bad habit, to make sure that you stay happy. So don't do that, just do that right now. It takes you maybe 1 minute and you're gonna have a lot of results in your life. So do that right now to have the impact in your daily life and you're gonna see, it's gonna be really cool. So what the next step for your brother is just to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Why that so? Because it takes you 5 seconds, it's gonna bring you a lot of value in your daily life. Gonna give you 2 videos a week and you're gonna learn a lot of stuff, a lot of technique, a lot of method to make sure that you bring your life to another level. So make me the pleasure. Just click on this YouTube channel and you're gonna see it's gonna be really cool. And don't forget brother, you only got one life, so let's go conquer it.